Kia ora koutou. Welcome to another edition of the Hot Air Sports Podcast. I am Ian McDonald, otherwise
You
known as
are.
the Goose, and there's my good mate, the Couch. How are we today, Aaron?
Oh, I'm okay, mate. It's a bit of a grey day up here in the fine city of Tamaki Makaurau. It's grey outside. It's grey in the world. I'd just like to say hello to everyone around the world that tunes into the Hot Air Sports Podcast regularly and provides us with little tidbits and information and all sorts of stuff. We go to all seven continents, don't we, including Antarctica,
We do.
Mecca. We've
We
got
do.
fans everywhere. We've got fans all around the world. I love the discourse. And we've got haters. We've got haters too, don't we,
We
Mecca?
do.
People that
Yeah, we
hate
certainly
us,
do.
and we welcome them in as well. This is a church of peace, love, understanding, and tolerance. And I think
They're what we call the hardcore fans.
exactly, the real hardcore people that know the truth, that know that we are pursuing the truth, but they have the truth, and they're constantly reminding us that they know a little bit more than us. But that's fine. Look, I welcome the discourse. I want to know where I'm wrong. I'm happy to admit that I'm wrong when I am, especially when it comes to teams that I love, teams that I love. If I'm wrong about players, about the way they're playing, about the coaching, about the fans, happy to admit I'm wrong. Um, but I'll always tell the truth. There's one thing, one thing you'll always
Quite
get here
right.
on the Hot Air Sports Podcast, when there's facts involved, like averages or um, who was at a club for a certain period of time and then how they left that club.
Yep.
We'll always give it the factual situation. We won't delve into
Quite right.
conspiracies, will we? We won't go
No.
looking on the internet for other theories or anything like that. We'll give you straight down the line and tell you exactly what's going on. So,
Straight down the barrel.
exactly.
Now, before we get stuck into it, an interesting story came up this week around the Newcastle versus Barcelona Champions League game.
Okay.
Now, as you know, Newcastle United play at St James Park
Mm-hmm. St.
in
James's.
Newcastle.
Is it St. James? James's. James.
St
I always
James's
James's?
Park, St
You
James's,
pluralize
yes.
the yes. Yeah.
And Exeter City from the lower leagues
Mm-hmm.
also play at St James Park.
Okay. Yes.
Now, an unfortunate Spanish supporter of Barcelona
Ended up at
who
Exeter.
lives in London, he turned up at the wrong St James Park the other day for the
God.
game, expecting to see Newcastle versus Barcelona.
Yeah.
In the end, he had to put up with Exeter City versus Lincoln.
Well, well. Did he pick
Apparently,
his?
his English wasn't great, and when club officials realised what he'd actually done when he handed his ticket over to get in the ground, they quickly realised that he'd obviously put St James Park in his GPS
Yeah.
and driven south to Exeter, which
That's
is
hilarious.
in Devon,
It's the wrong
and not
county. It's
north to
it's.
Newcastle in Northumberland, which
Oh,
is up near
that's
the Scottish border.
yeah.
So the poor chap, at least he did get to see a game of football, although, as I read further, he did actually leave before the end of the game. So the Exeter social media staff weren't able to talk with him about the game afterwards. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
all in the name, eh? It's
Check
all in
your
the name.
check your tickets. Check your tickets, son. What was the result of that game, the Exeter Lincoln City? Because I know
I
the
couldn't tell you.
Newcastle game finished 1-1, didn't it? And
It
that was
did.
about as good as it got for English teams in the Champions League, wasn't it? Oh, some
Yeah, that was actually coming on to my next topic. I think before we get stuck into Liverpool,
nice
let's
segue.
talk about that
Yeah.
and the fact that in the round robin,
Mm.
five of the eight teams that qualified without having to go into a playoff
Mm.
were from the Premier League.
Yeah.
Yet none of the six teams in the first leagues could actually win a game. And
No,
in fact, a couple of teams got absolutely pumped.
they
Chelsea
did.
got thumped by PSG, and Spurs, who Liverpool face on Sunday, got
Yeah.
pumped as well and
Yeah.
replaced their goalkeeper after 17 minutes when he conceded three early goals.
And didn't even get talked to by his manager as he came off either. Didn't
No,
even get
no.
a arm around the shoulder or anything like that. I thought Chelsea were a little bit unlucky. I mean, Kvaratskhelia came on in the last few minutes and bashed a few past them. They were in the game up till then.
They were, yeah.
Tottenham basically just fucked
Were never
themselves,
in the
didn't they?
game.
They didn't. They weren't. I mean, oh my God! It doesn't matter what you create. If you give away goals like they gave away, you're just not going to win games of football, are you? So,
Well, here's hoping they'll carry on that form
oh,
on Sunday.
absolutely. I hope we get Kinski in goal again. I don't think he will be, but yeah, they were just a shambles. They are just a shambles.
Oh,
I
well,
think we'll have a different manager by then, maybe. I mean, who knows? I
it
mean,
may do.
it's
Now
yeah.
with the likelihood of Spurs possibly going down,
Mm,
given that they're only 1 point clear of the relegation zone at the moment,
mm.
um, up until now there have been 6 teams that have played in every Premier League since 1992.
Yep.
There's Liverpool, Manchester United, Chelsea, and Arsenal.
Hmm.
The other two are
Everton.
Everton
Hmm.
and Spurs,
Spurs. Mm.
and that may change in a couple of
It
months'
may
time.
do. It may do, and it will almost. I would say when it would almost rival when Leicester won the Premier League. If
Mm,
Tottenham go down, because they are, regardless of what you say, they are one of the big six. I know it's a bit of
yep.
a silly title nowadays, but they still are. They're one of those big six clubs, and if they went down, that would be the biggest story of the year by miles. And oh my God, actually, and Millwall could come up. That's the thing.
Yeah.
They could wave goodbye to Millwall. Honestly, and some of the teams they'd be playing with that flash new stadium and all that sort of, maybe it'd be good for Spurs to go down. You know, maybe it would be. But
Well,
you've
I
seen
mean, you could
clubs go
say it.
down and then go
You could
down and go down.
you could say Aston Villa's relegation a few years ago did them good because they've been
True.
performing pretty well in the last few years.
Yep, yep. West
And
Ham have been
also
down.
Newcastle have
Yep,
come right since they ended up in the second division.
yep.
Although you probably couldn't say the same for West Ham.
No.
They've pretty struggled
Yeah,
for a number of years now.
yeah,
But I don't know if you've seen it. It's the Overlap podcast with Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher and
yep,
Roy Keane and Ian Wright
yep.
and
Where they
Jill
sit around a breakfast table.
Scott. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's quite good.
The guest they had on this week was Gareth Bale,
Mm,
and it was really interesting hearing his views on the Premier League at the moment. He
mm,
believes, and I quite agree with him actually, that the league is becoming more Americanized, where the coach or manager
mm-hmm,
is running the game, and you see that from the likes of Teta, Edwards from Wolves, Nuno at West Ham. A
mm.
lot of managers are standing right on the edge of their technical area for the whole game
Mm-hmm.
and waving their arms and telling players what to do, and it's
And
sort of
getting their
becoming
goalkeepers to go down.
yeah,
It, that's one thing they do. It happens every game. Oh, we need to
yep.
get the players together, get the goalkeeper to go down. Happens.
Mm.
Got to sort that out. Yeah.
And so
I
I
agree.
mean, you look at all the American sports, American football. It's all run by the coach or the
Mm,
offensive coordinator or the defensive coordinator.
mm.
Players don't make
Well,
hasty decisions.
also you could supplemental to that point that you've just made. It's becoming more about set pieces. So that sort
Yes.
of gets goes into the whole American side of things because you can set up the play before it happens,
Yep.
can't you?
Yep.
And there's just been so many goals from corners. What's happening at corners at the moment is just fucking stupid. Remember when they first brought in VAR and they said we're not going to allow any grabbing. If it is, it's an instant penalty.
Yeah.
And so people didn't grab. And you watched, if you go back and watch like games from like 18, 19, 19, 20, those just before COVID and stuff, there was hardly people they'd put the ball into the box, people would jump and try and header it. It was like a normal
Yeah.
corner. And in the last 5, 6, 7 years, it's just gone to hell. There's like, we're going to congregate in the box. There's just going to be so many bodies. And then it's just a a meat fight, isn't it? It's just
Oh,
like who's got the bigger bodies, who
it's
can get the
looking
first
more and
number.
more like a rugby maul in there.
Exactly, and then you've got the long throws. You know, we haven't
Yep.
even been to the long throws and the free kicks that are. So the game is becoming more like that. It's becoming more set up orientated. So the ball's not in play as much either. So for me,
Yep.
it's not as entertaining to watch. And I
No.
blame Arteta. I do. I think he's a horrible coach. He's so defensive. The other day he lined up with 6 centre backs almost. There was like
Yeah.
five along the back, even the wing backs were centre backs, and then two defensive midfielders. It was like, mate, and
Mm.
you weren't playing anyone flash. I think they were playing Wolves. I'm like, come on, mate,
Yeah.
play some fucking football instead of, oh no, we'll just play for the free kicks and the corners. Yeah, it's not the same, is it, mate?
No, no. And Bale was also saying that a lot of really good players, someone in the example he used was Jack Grealish,
Yeah,
who was an absolute superstar at Aston Villa.
yeah,
He was the most fouled player in the Premier League one year, and he was also the king of the dribbles, and
yep.
he was just fantastic for Aston Villa.
Mm-hmm.
Then he signed for
100
Manchester
million.
City, and he's just become a bit part player
Yeah,
now. I mean, I know he's injured, and now he's been loaned off to Everton.
yeah.
Um, and this
But
guy was, the future of England football 10 years ago or five
yeah,
years ago.
but Pep does that, doesn't he? He goes,
Yeah.
you can't play to my style. You're gonna leave.
Mm. I mean,
I don't.
look at the lack of time that Phil Foden's getting now.
Yeah,
I
well,
mean, he's a fantastic player. I'd have him in the Liverpool side any day of the
he
week.
needs to he needs to leave. I think he needs
Mm.
to leave to become the best Phil Foden. I mean, he's just been there his whole. He's just so. It just seems like he's stymied. Everything's stymied,
Yep.
and we didn't even mention Manchester City, did we?
Yeah.
In the Champions League, they got theirs as well, didn't they, mate?
Mm.
3-0 against. Oh my God! Did you see the goals
The
though?
third
Valverde,
goal.
that third goal.
Oh
My
my God.
it didn't touch the
Yeah.
ground. It didn't touch.
Yeah.
That was just phenomenal goal.
Oh, it was
That little
unbelievable.
flare rainbow pass, and then he takes it on, chips it over the defender. It was all Bergkamp-esque, wasn't it? It was
Yeah.
just
Just
what a
quickly getting
player.
back to the Arsenal. I don't know if you saw the tweet that the Bayer Leverkusen
No.
social media team sent out the day before the game, and
Yeah.
it just all it was that you know how you see the signs on the side of the ground, do not go on the grass or
Yeah.
anything
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
They had a sign on the pitch that said no corners allowed.
Well done. We're going to play on a
Yeah,
round pitch.
yeah.
Oh, well done. Yeah.
Yeah, I
And then they got,
thought it
and
was quite
then,
funny.
ironically enough, did you see the goal that Bayern Leverkusen scored against them?
No, I didn't.
It was from a corner,
Oh, from a corner.
exactly the
Had to be.
same. They went to the front post, everyone, and the guy came round the back. They were all blocked off. Eze took a dive. They came around the back and just nodded it in. No one marking him. It was exactly the same as Arsenal. So they actually, yeah, good post, good trolling.
But yeah, as I'd say, I think Gareth Bale did have some really interesting things to say. Um,
He
you know,
also had
he's
some. He
he,
also had some. But I don't know. Some of the stuff he said was a bit questionable. Oh, I had a back problem. Had a back problem.
oh,
Did a thing on my back. I'm like, why the fuck were you playing so much golf then, buddy? You're playing golf every day. You got a back problem. I don't know. It
yeah,
seemed a
yeah.
little bit strange to me. I
Yeah, I
mean,
wasn't too worried more about that. It was just his comments about the Premier League, and
yeah, yeah, yeah. That
it
was
was
interesting.
actually something I was going to bring up next
What's
time
it?
we did this. But he sort of made those comments, and a couple of other writers have said the same sort of thing
Oh,
too.
it's
That
true. Arne Slot
just
even said it the other day. He said he's not enjoying watching the Premier League. I thought, well, yeah, well, you could improve that by playing some good football. But anyway,
yeah,
right.
yes. So let's get on to our team.
Our beloved Liverpool.
It was. I still can't put my finger on what I thought of the game on Wednesday. I thought we played well in patches. We played some beautiful one-touch football.
Yep.
But then 5 minutes later, we're back to going back to Virgil
It's
and
a,
slowing it down
it's
and standing
because
still. And
it's because they're just playing as individuals. It's like,
mm,
it's all left to the natural talent. And then if we score a goal, they get a little bit of confidence, but it's just so easily shattered, isn't it?
yeah,
If they just don't have that belief, and they don't seem to know. We just don't seem systems driven. So
yeah,
they just don't seem to have a plan sometimes, especially when we don't have the ball,
yeah,
especially when the opposition's running at us directly, long ball. I mean, okay, Arne Slot said, "Oh, we have trouble against the low block." Well, fuck me. Galatasaray didn't play a low block, mate. And you still had the same problems. They should have scored 3 or 4 against us if it wasn't for Mamanashvili. Mate, I just think it's just it's just the same old, same old. We'll get the odd result here, we'll get the odd result there. There's no way we're winning the Champions League. Even if we beat
No.
Galatasaray, I just cannot see. I mean,
Well,
if we do, it's
we're going
just
to be playing PSG in the next round.
I know. And then, well, exactly. And then there's the whole case of, oh, Slot's got, this great record. His first 100 games, he's got the same record as Kenny Dalglish. And, that is just an absolute outlier of a stat.
Yep,
For a start, when you look at the first 50 and the second 50, but for all of those other coaches that they mentioned, no one inherited a side like Slot did. Slot's
yeah,
side that he inherited last year was the best Liverpool side in 30 years. So to compare him to any other manager in the last 30, 40 years is ridiculous
absolutely.
by his stats. So, let alone the teams he's beaten. I
Yeah.
mean, when you look at the last 50 games, we've lost half of them. So, I mean, I just have no confidence. I'm not a slot out guy. Show me, win the champion, plays. But every time I think we can do something, every time it feels like it's not sustainable. It's just an individual doing something brilliant or a couple of players getting together and doing something down the left hand side. I liked see Rio comes on. We've been fucking going on about it all,
Yeah.
excuse me the language, but we're going on about it all season. How about giving Rio a game? Oh no, he's too young. How can you say put a young guy in for a proven international like Cody Gakpo? He's the player you should be. Mate, he's played all season and he's done stuff all. Rio
Yep.
comes on for 5 minutes, does more than thing, but next game he's not going to be in the team, and it must be demoralising for those guys.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
Chiesa, and I could
Yep.
keep mentioning. He's got so many favourites that he plays. Don't get me started on Gravenberch because he's just not a defensive midfielder. He's
Oh,
just
but he's just
not.
signed a new contract.
Why would you look? Okay, the reason they sign him to a new contract is because if they don't, he's going to leave for nothing. So they sign him to a new contract, and we get rid of him in a couple of years for some money. That's the reason they always sign people on new contracts, especially young players. Young
Yeah.
players, you have to re-sign because if you don't, you're going to lose them for nothing. So that's a red herring as well. Um,
Yeah, well, you look in Wednesday's game against Galatasaray. I mean, you look at our midfield. McAllister couldn't pass wind, neither could
no,
Gravenberch.
and can't run.
Um,
McAllister can't run.
I don't know what's wrong with him this year.
Nah.
He has had some good games,
Yeah, he's
but
hot and cold though, isn't
in large parts,
he?
he's been a bit absent, and
Yep. But they both know they're going to be in the Seahawks. So what's Curtis Jones done wrong? Didn't play 1 minute in that game the other day. I mean, look,
yeah,
I know he's up and down, but he's no worse. He's better than Gravenberch. He's no worse than the
mm,
way McAllister's playing. And I just think, okay, maybe he isn't playing that well, but the other guys are playing appallingly. So
yeah.
just rotate, give other players a go. I just
Last week, I watched a whole Crystal Palace game, and oh my God, Adam Wharton,
He's a
he
great
was
player, eh?
just
I love
unbelievable.
him. I love
And
him.
two inch perfect passes to set up goals for
Yep.
assists.
Yep.
And his defensive work was just
Oh, I know.
impeccable.
I know. And
Um,
Anderson's the same. And
yeah,
for Forest, he's a great player as well. I mean, he's probably a little bit more robust and a little bit more defensive minded. Adam Wharton, his passing is just so beautiful.
yeah,
His passing range is just imagine if we had a guy from defensive midfield that could pass the ball forward fast. It would
yeah.
just unlock that front three. And then
Mhm.
there's Mo stuck out on. I mean, I'm frustrated as hell with him, but I still feel sorry for him. What's he doing out on the sideline with chalk on his boots? He should be inverting, coming inside. That's
Yeah,
where he does all the damage when he's central areas. That's where he did the damage last year. That's when he came back from AFCON, where he started doing damage again. And now Slot, it must be under instruction.
it has to
Slot's
be.
like, get out there on the chalk again. It's like,
Mm,
he's no good out there anymore. He does not have that pace. He
yeah,
could he could extend his career by being that fox in the box type guy, But he's not getting the opportunities to do that. And so
no,
I just can't understand the selection. I can't understand the tactics. I just can't understand. So if everyone's happy with it, I just can't understand how you can be a fan of the club if you're happy with how it's going, to be fair.
yeah. Oh
Um,
yeah, but hey, come on, Aaron. We're just two Kiwi blokes who don't know anything
yeah,
about
we
football.
don't know anything about football, and we've
No, no.
just combined about 100 years sort of talking about it. But never mind.
Now football in the English Championship is starting to look
Oh
a bit
yeah,
lively. There's
like I said, Millwall.
five, six, seven teams
Yeah.
that could all either get automatic promotion or make the playoffs.
Mhm.
Coventry look like they've run away with it and
Yeah.
sort of got it pretty much signed and sealed. But when you look at the teams just below them, you've got Middlesbrough on 69 points, Millwall on 68, Ipswich 65, Hull City 63, and then there's a 6 point gap back to Wrexham, who are in
Hardest league,
sixth place.
hardest league in the world, man.
Oh, and
It
then
is.
within 3 points of Wrexham, you've got Southampton and Derby County.
Yeah, Southampton are on the
So
rise since they sacked their
it's
manager.
sort of it's every year, isn't it? This competition.
Yep, it's awesome, eh?
Um, yeah, it's a
I'd
great
love to watch
competition.
more of it, to be fair, but it's hard to watch on this side of the world, isn't it? I mean, unless you
Yeah,
sign up to some sort of
the
crap
beIN
streaming
Sports you
service.
have to
Oh,
have.
they're just terrible being sports.
Well, I watch beIN through the Amazon Prime platform,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
and it's really good.
Pretty good
It's
through that platform.
it is great through that
Okay,
platform.
okay.
Yeah, it's a lot more stable. Still cost you the same,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's a lot more. The obviously the Amazon platform's a lot huger than
Oh,
beIN
absolutely.
Sports.
It's just
So there.
ridiculous, though, isn't it? How many places we have to go to for our sports. It's a
Oh yeah,
a discussion for another time. But I
it
mean,
certainly
God,
is.
it's expensive being a
Um,
sports fan.
yeah. So yeah, Millwall in the Premier League next year. Come
Could
on, the
happen
Lions.
when Tottenham come down. Wouldn't that be freaking funny? Millwall go up and Tottenham come down. That would just be hilarious.
Yep, yep, quite right.
Yeah.
Anything more on football? A League,
The A
Auckland
League, yeah, Auckland going okay, aren't they? Had a
sitting in
few
second.
injuries.
They didn't. Who did they play on the weekend? I did actually watch the game. Um,
They did win that one though. They won
no, they
three
drew
nil.
2-2.
Oh no, I'm thinking about the weekend before. We haven't
You
spoken
are.
for a while.
Um, yeah,
They
two
did drew.
all with Perth Glory.
That's right. That's right.
Which they
Um,
probably should have won that game,
they
given
probably should have won it.
Perth are right down the other end of the table. But
Yeah, they've been a bit
Cosgrove
up
got
and down. Bit up and down.
yeah.
Mm,
I think mind you, they've had Louis Verstrata, the central midfielder. He's been out for
he's
a
been
while. He's
out.
only just come back,
Yeah,
and he's a fantastic player. Um, Paul
and
Eiffel was saying he great rates him as the best midfielder in the league.
oh, best defensive midfielder. He's such a
Mm.
good player. He is a good player. I mean, he just gets them ticking along there in midfield, and they have missed him. Up front, we've been doing okay. I don't know. I mean, the thing is, they're watchable. They're watchable,
Yeah,
aren't they? They play good football, and that's what you want. And the Phoenix are trying to, doing their best. At least they've signed some players to bring them along. I don't know. I feel a bit sorry for the Phoenix. What about our national side?
yeah.
There's
Well,
been a
they've got
few
games coming up in
few big
March,
games
later
over
on
here.
this month
Yep.
against Finland and
Go on. Who was it?
yep, Chile.
Chile. There you go. Um,
Yes,
Finland and Chile, and then we've got a game before the World Cup against England.
yes,
Against
quite right.
England. I wonder whether our guys will be able to cope from the English corners when they when Declan Rice is pumping them in there and pushing our goalie and everyone else around. Do you think that's how England will approach the World Cup?
Don't think so. I don't think Thomas Tuchel is that kind of coach. Um,
We'll see.
but it will be interesting. Yeah, maybe the Phoenix should start practicing the Arsenal way of doing corners.
Maybe they should. You got to go to what you got to go to something else. You got to try something, don't you? I saw
Yeah,
this thing the other day though in Irish football where the defending team left five players up front. So they only defended with five,
yeah,
and so the opposition couldn't bring. They were like, oh, what the hell do we do here? Because they've got five guys up there. We're going to be stuffed if we lose the ball here. So they had to leave a couple of players back, and it just. I think that's good coaching. I just think give things
yeah,
like that a go, especially when it's all being. That's the only thing that can happen when the game has evolved to a certain level and everyone's doing something. That's why football's so great, is that it goes one way and then it comes back the other, with
yeah, yeah.
tactics like that. So That's one way of resolving it. You can't push anyone if no one's there, you know?
Quite right, quite right. Now,
Yeah.
the Mighty Warriors have got off to a
Oh,
great start
the rugby
in the
league's back,
NRL.
mate. The
The
rugby
rugby
league's
league's
back.
back.
Oh, it's so good to have it back, mate. I think I watched every single game over the last week. It was so good. Before we get on to the NRL, though, the State of O is on the way to Eden Park.
Yes,
Is it on
yes.
its way to Eden Park, or will it be going down to Christchurch? I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Well,
Um,
I think Eden Park's
Eden
already
Park,
signed
the
and sealed, isn't it?
only biggest the biggest stadium, I suppose. The question for me about the State of O in Auckland is what time are they going to kick off?
Yeah.
Are they going to be able to kick off at 9:30, 10 o'clock at night? Because the residents won't have that. They won't, they won't allow
No.
concerts beyond about 10 o'clock. So there's no way we're allowing those ruffian rugby league fans to be there later than 10 o'clock. No way. Are we
No,
destroying our
quite right.
property? Are we destroying our property at midnight as they make their way home to their crappy suburbs from the leafy Mount Eden? Yeah,
Yes.
that's great. That's great for New Zealand. I mean, I'd have to get along. I mean, Christ, it's state of origin. The other thing with the state of origin is there's been a change in rules around state of origin, and the biggest news around
Yes.
that for the Warriors, I hope it is for the Warriors, for the Kiwis at least, is Kalen Ponga has decided to
Mm.
put his hat in with the Kiwis, which I
Yeah.
absolutely stoked for that. I think that's absolutely fantastic because he's half Maori, half his family lives over here, and he's always sort of been more of a Kiwi than an Aussie. So now he can do that and play for Queensland, which is pretty
Yes. Well,
cool.
there have been quite a few rumours, haven't they, since
Yep.
he sort of broke into the NRL that he actually wanted to become an All Black.
Yeah, there were.
Um, but obviously decided to stay with the rugby league, and then
Yep.
now he gets his opportunity to represent New Zealand, which I think is great for the
Absolutely.
game here.
Isn't it? I mean, it's great that they can find because it was always the rules around Origin were always so muddy anyway. I mean, especially you can play for
Yeah.
Tonga, you can play for Samoa, but you can't play for the UK. See, so Victor Radley will probably play for New South Wales now. It's good. Just get the best players playing that form of rugby league, right? I mean, it
Yeah.
has to be good. Has to be good for the game. Okay, the Warriors, of course, last Friday night, the Warriors, a great first up win. I did feel so sorry for poor Daly Cherry Evans in his first game as a Rooster. So sad to see him end up that way. Many a New South Wales journalist had picked the Chooks to go all the way. They said, oh, man, they're going to be great this year. And we pulled their pants down, really showed them how to play. James Fisher Harris, for me, showing the leadership. He was immense in the first 20 minutes. He just showed the way forward. Jackson, perpetual motion forward. That's what I'm calling him from now on. He's the new guy that just never stops at all. He just tackled everything. He was everywhere all at once. An amazing performance from him. I think he played 70 minutes in the middle. And Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, for me, whose subtle skills, speed, and step. He looked like a man of 22, not 32. I absolutely love that performance from Roger. And then I have to mention our halves as well. Two try scorer Chanel Harris-Tavita, who's slowly growing into a top-notch 5'8". I loved him. Loved his defense as well. Very physical on defense, and he had a good kicking game. And then, of course, Tanner Boyd. For me, he looked. I said this to the missus when we were watching him. When he scored that first try, he gave a little show and go and took off. I said, that is a Stacey Jones lookalike right there. Got the same. He's got the same physique. Maybe not quite so stocky as Stacey, but he's got a turn of pace, and he looks a lot better than he did last year. That was his best game in a Warriors jersey. So absolutely loved that. And he's making all the right moves for a first grade spot, even when Luke Metcalf comes back from injury. So we've got a few injuries. Luke Metcalf, injury news. This is exclusive for the Hottier Sports podcast listeners. One New Zealand Warriors, Luke Metcalf, back from ACL surgery as early as round 7 now. Originally looked like round 10, but they reckon round 7 he'll be back. So that's great to have him back. And of course, I haven't even mentioned our forwards, the way they went, man. The young buck forwards, Demetric, Tanner Stowers-Smith, and my favourite warrior, Leka Halasima, who flew through the air like Superman to take the ball out of the night sky and crash it down under the... I didn't even know he was on the field. He had to rip his headgear off. It was his first touch of the ball, mate. Scored a try. He's just looking awesome. And I loved Webby's comments afterwards. The coach basically making the comments that last year we lost our first game, and everyone said we were going to win the wooden spoon. Everyone said, "Oh, they're screwed. Look at the way they got smashed by the Raiders, wooden spoon." And he said, "And this year we win our first game, and everyone said, oh, we're going to win the comp." He said, everyone should just shut up. We're just going to go about our business and look for every game." And I just thought that's the right thing to say. Leave it to me for the plaudits. I'm going to say we're going to win the cop. Up the wires, but he's the
Yep.
coach. I love him just keeping a lid on it.
Mm.
Absolutely loved it. Unchanged team tonight. They're playing the Raiders tonight at Mount Smart Stadium, as I call it, not Go Media. It's Mount Smart Stadium to me, or Compassionate Grounds, as some are calling it.
Compassionate grounds. I
Well, we
still
just
I still call it Ericsson Stadium.
well, Ericsson's yeah, same. We've got history at Ericsson, don't we, you and me?
Yeah.
Murata Nuakori on the extended bench, which is great. Mitch Barnett, who's been in the press all over the place over the last week because where's he going to go? Teams, are we going to get a swap? All that sort of stuff. He'll be back in round 4, maybe next week, maybe 3, but he'll be back in round 3 or 4. It looks like the Broncos. Well, the Broncos have lost Payne Haas. They are getting Barney next year. That's fine with me, man. He'll be 32 years old. Let's wreck him on the way to a premiership. Give him to the Broncos. Get some young guy to come over here and be a star. I'm happy with the way my team's going so far, mate. 1 out of 1, undefeated.
All right.
2026. Oh, yeah.
Quite right indeed. Now I think the big news out of Australia this week is Zach Lomax,
Yeah.
who's left
Contracts, eh?
who was he playing for?
He was playing for Parramatta.
That's right, Parramatta, and
Yeah.
now
He played
he's
1 year
signed
at
to play
Parramatta. Yeah. He
play
signed it.
rugby for
He
Western
hates
Force.
contracts. He doesn't like contracts.
No, he doesn't, does he?
He was with St. George, signed with Parramatta, played 1 year with Parramatta, signed with Rugby 360, got told that that's not happening anymore. The Storm tried to sign him, did sign him, but the NRL said, no, we're not having any of that. Hang on, what the fuck? You've got a contract with them. You've torn it up to go to a rival thing where we said we were going to lifetime ban you. Yeah, not the smartest cab off the rank, but God, he's a good footballer. He really is. He can kick goals. He's athletic as hell. He can jump. He can run. He's a good player. But he's going to go play for the Western Force in the
Yeah,
other code. Have you not heard that? Have you heard that?
yeah.
The Western Force, where they've got home crowds of about 4,000. Enjoy your time in Perth there, Zach. He'll be back in rugby league. Probably next year, I'd say.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, the
Yeah.
Western Force are in New Zealand at the moment.
Yeah.
Because they played uh Otago Highlanders on the
Yeah.
weekend,
Yeah.
and this weekend they're in Napier to play the Hurricanes.
So
So
is Zach Lomax going to go across there and try and?
no, he's not
No.
available for this particular game.
Fair
I'm
enough.
guessing
We didn't give him a clearance to come over to New Zealand. We said, no, mate. You don't like
I'm
contracts.
guessing you'll probably play a game or two for the under 21s before they throw him in the deep end.
Fair enough.
But you never know. Western Force, they're probably scrambling for players.
Yeah.
They did have a good win to start the season, but I think since then they've struggled a bit. Speaking of struggling, the Crusaders didn't actually go so well
Mate.
on the weekend.
No. No, that was a good
Uh,
game. Good game.
I tell you what, Bowden Barrett he's he's such a good player, isn't
He
he?
is such a good player. He's about 100 years old. I mean,
Yeah,
he just seems to just keep going, that boy, doesn't he? Mind you, he does have a few holidays. He does.
he does. He's
He's
quite right.
a few sojourns away. Oh, I need 3 months off here and all that sort of stuff. But that was a good game. And I think the best was it the Chiefs Crusaders the week before? Was that the week before? That was a
Yeah,
great game of rugby. Oh, one of the
yeah.
best games
Chiefs
of
got
rugby
out
I've
to
seen.
an early start, then the
Yeah.
Crusaders just put 30, 40
Oh,
unanswered points on them.
that was a good game of rugby, though, mate. Really
Yeah,
entertaining to watch. I don't
and
think the
and then
Crusaders are out of it. I don't.
no,
They've played some good side. Yeah, they're always better at the end of the season than the beginning.
they always start off horrendously.
They do. They
Um,
do.
even the seasons that they've won, which has
Yep.
been a few of them.
Yep.
Um, but I'm guessing it's because of All Black instructions to the franchises. Can't believe that Will Jordan didn't play against the Blues. I just don't understand that
This is
selection,
the problem.
non-selection.
Is it franchise rugby? Is it? Or is it NZR New Zealand rugby? That's the thing. When it gets to this sort of product, and you
Yeah.
and you want to support a team as a fan, you want to know that the coach can pick whoever he wants whenever he wants. That's his roster. That's a real proper franchise competition. If they're getting directives from up high, I know. I look. You got to look after your best. I mean, the All Blacks is 80 to 90% of their revenue. I understand that, but you're to excuse the pun, you're shitting in your own bed, aren't you, mate? You
Oh,
are.
exactly.
You
And it's
know,
and it's not fair on Joe Blow that's forked out
that's what I mean.
$80 to sit in the grandstand and watch a
That's
game.
right. That's right. You're taking away some of your best players, the people that people pay to come and see. Oh,
Yeah.
well, yeah, it's silly. But they've had that problem for a while with Super Rugby.
Oh, it's been
It,
ongoing.
it needs to be
Um,
fixed.
Now we since we last spoke, we've got a new All Blacks coach,
We do, and it's
Dave
not who
Rennie.
we thought. It's not who we
No,
thought
it's
it was
not who
going to
we
be.
thought.
I
Yeah.
don't even know whether we mentioned Dave Rennie, did we? We were sort of, it's Jamie Joseph, fait accompli. Can't even say that. I've swallowed it on
Yeah.
the way to fait accompli. That it was him, and it wasn't. It was Dave Rennie. Have we got an assistant yet? Or the
Lots of rumours.
Roosters? Yeah.
Like Neil Barnes from
Mm.
Taranaki has been mooted. Tana Umaga has even been
Mm.
mooted as an assistant.
That's interesting.
Word around the streets is that Jason Ryan will continue as forwards coach.
Okay. Well,
Um,
it's
but I guess,
interesting.
new coach, he needs to be able to select his own
Yep. His
team.
own team. And what's your
And
thoughts then? What's your thoughts on
oh,
Dave
I
Rennie? I
think
mean,
Rennie is a good appointment. He's a good coach.
yep.
Um, he falls into the stereotypical gruff-faced, grim-faced All Blacks coach. Um,
They all are. Show
they
show me an
all
All
well,
Blacks coach that isn't.
that
Oh,
well
besides
Scott
Razor.
Robertson,
Yeah, besides the guy they just sacked. Yeah.
yeah. And I mean, I'm still a bit angry about the process that they followed to get rid of him.
Absolutely. So am I.
Um,
I think it's
I think
I
it's
think
very unfair on him. I think it's just the mere fact that he has different ways of doing things and he's a unique person,
yep.
and he likes to go surfing and he likes to break dance after winning championships
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and I just think the suits and blazers at New Zealand rugby just
Yeah.
frowned upon that and
What's he doing dancing? He should be standing at the bar with us. What's he doing?
yeah,
We
should have a
don't
bottle of
dance.
Lion Brown on his hand.
Exactly. Or if you want to be a bit curly about lion red. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Oh, exactly. But
exactly. And but
um,
yeah, no, a good appointment. I think
yep.
Rennie will be good.
Yep.
Um, yeah, I don't want to say that he's going to be a better coach than Robertson because I don't. I think Robertson is probably 5 years ahead of his time.
Yeah, probably.
Um,
Let's just
there's
hope that in
all
five. Let's just hope that in 5 years he isn't coaching England to the World Cup again. I mean, who
yep.
knows?
Oh, those rumors have already started.
Well, that's a bed that we're just going to have to lie in, isn't it? I mean, really, if that happens, we're going to have to say, "Well, we had him. We chose not to have him anymore."
Mhm.
Yeah. So we'll just have to wait and see. It'll be interesting to see who his first captain is. That'll be an interesting
Yes,
selection conundrum. See if you don't.
I did see a an excerpt of an interview with him who and in some I think the question was posed to him, who do you think your captain might be, or something along those lines, and he said, well, Scott Barrett's the current captain, and I need to sit down with him and have a good chat
Yeah.
and see what happens, and we'll go from there.
Yep.
If you watch the breakdown, and I know you don't,
Not really.
because
No. I watch NRL 360. You probably don't watch
yeah,
that. So.
and the breakdown crew all thought that Cody Taylor would be a good captain. He's on the field for most of the time.
It's true.
Um, whereas I mean, in the
He
last
leads the
couple of years,
haka.
yeah, he does. Um, and he's a no nonsense type of player, mind you. You could say the same about Scott Barrett, but
Mm,
Scott tends to go over the line a wee bit more
he can do.
than previous All Black captains.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I think probably for the sake of continuity, Scott Barrett will probably stay as captain,
Mm.
unless Rennie has particular views on that. Nobody
Artie
really
Artie
knows.
Savia. That's the one name
Well,
that.
yeah, there's that too.
But he
Um,
spoke out about the previous coach, so there's no way he should be in a leadership role anymore. So they threw him to the Lions, I think, a little bit there.
Yeah, quite right, quite right.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that
So
enough
yeah,
code? We don't enough code?
yep,
Yeah.
that'll do. Oh no, no,
No? What else?
no.
No, no, no.
It's
Oh, the
I
five. Oh, the Six
the
Nations, of
Six
course.
Nations.
Oh, what are we talking about? Oh,
Oh,
England,
oh.
England, England. We can't beat anyone. Lost to
Um,
Italy.
the
Oh,
decider this weekend, Ireland, Scotland. Scotland. Who thought Scotland could put 50 points on France?
not me.
Not me. And I mean, they only conceded 40 because there were 3 tries in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Because yeah,
unbelievable.
at the time it was like, oh my God. And Italy 23-18
Mate,
over.
you could have made an absolute fortune at the TAB on some of those results in the Six Nations.
Oh,
You
if
certainly
you'd picked if you'd picked all three, I mean,
absolutely chuck them in a multi. I mean,
Ireland wouldn't have been paying much to beat Wales,
no,
but yeah, just absolutely incredible.
yeah,
In fact, Scotland led 47-14 with 16 minutes to go.
that's that's crazy.
And France got 1, 2, 3, 4 tries. 3 of them converted from the 66-minute onwards.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Um,
just yeah.
it's
And
actually quite good that, games of rugby. I mean, as much as we want the All Blacks to just pulverize everyone by 50 points, and that would still be nice. Um,
yeah.
um, it is nice now that games of rugby you just don't really sometimes you just don't really know. It's a bit like football now. It's turning a bit that way where the competitive what you always think is, oh no, it just used to always be you could back, especially international rugby, you could back a winner. You could back a winner. It would be quite easy. You'd be able to do nice locks on certain games. It's just
Yeah.
not, you can't do that anymore, can you? Really?
No,
In
no, absolutely
international
not.
rugby, it's just everyone's come back to the field, and I mean, who's the favourite for the World Cup? South Africa, probably,
Probably South Africa.
but anyone on their day, any one of the top, probably, will we take it down to about 8 nations now could beat one another on their day. So
Yeah. Yeah,
it's
it's
good
pretty
for the
crazy.
sport. It's good for the international sport, anyway.
Oh, it certainly is.
Yeah,
Just quickly getting back to rugby.
yeah.
Um, and what have we got? So Dave Rennie, first up, you've got France
Nice. Is
in
that that's here?
in in Christchurch,
Yeah, that's here.
and
Oh,
then
that'll be
you've
the
got
that'll be the first test at the new stadium.
it
Is that
is
correct?
yes,
Yes.
and then they've got Italy
Yep.
in Wellington and Ireland in Auckland, and so that's your first 3 tests. They're all at home. A bit
Yep.
of a nice easy intro for you because France won't send their best team.
No, they won't. And probably
Um,
Ireland won't either.
it's this new Nations Championship.
How does this work?
Um, oh,
Do we need another championship?
don't
Really?
ask.
Do we?
Um,
Okay.
but
Not
then, Dave, you've got 4 tests against South
against South
Africa, 3
Africa.
of them in South Africa,
In South
and one
Africa.
in America.
Mate, you're
No
following
pressure.
you're following in the footsteps of John Hart and Laurie Mains. You are, mate, the last coaches that went over there on the tour, really, weren't they?
Yeah,
So
no pressure
no
for your
pressure
first
at
year.
all, mate. Don't worry about it.
Just win the
And
Nations Championship and
you
win the
know,
Test series
if
in
you
South
if you don't
Africa.
if you don't do too well, don't worry. We can just find another coach at the end of the year.
Yeah, yeah, Jamie's available.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've done it before.
Yeah,
Just don't fucking dance, son.
yeah.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
No break dancing after the games.
Yeah,
Right.
That's tough. That's tough.
Yes, yeah, it is
Mm.
tough. So
Good luck. Good luck, son.
yes, on to cricket.
Mm.
Now, how did you feel on Sunday afternoon thinking, oh, T20 final tonight? Will I get up and watch it or do I stay up
It's
or
T20. I'm
will I
sorry.
just will I just watch it in the morning?
Look, I quite enjoyed the tournament for what it was,
Yeah,
but
hit and giggle.
no, I'll wake up in the morning and watch the highlights, and then I'll fast forward when we can't win.
Yeah.
Um, Look,
Which
the
was
India.
probably
Oh,
after 14 overs,
yeah.
India had hit 14
Oh,
sixes and
like
14 fours.
like 700 for three. It was ridiculous. It was, and I actually thought prior to that that we could chase down anything with our batting, but it just didn't
Yeah.
quite go. With Finn Allen, I mean, be our man of the tournament, I guess, and Seifert. The openers, I mean,
Mm.
if they get off to a flying start, we can chase anything, but that
Yeah.
didn't happen, and it was a bit like the World Cup final. As soon as Finn Allen was out, we were sort of like, screwed it, we're screwed.
So that was actually leading to my question.
Yeah.
Are we chokers?
No, we're not. We're a little nation. We've got a few hundred players. We make World Cup finals. How
Right,
is that a
right.
choker? I
I,
mean,
I was ready
that's
for an argument with you if you'd said,
really
yes, we are.
no. That's
But
just
because I
dumb
don't think we're
yarpies who
chokers
can't
either.
even make finals.
Yeah.
It's yarpies going, oh, well, we're ready to hand over our tag now. It is now the Kiwis who are the chokers. We're like, we make finals, mate. We're not
Yeah.
chokers. Yeah, try and beat us for once in a tournament. They've got way more players than us, way more
Yes.
finances, and we still beat them every time. So, I
Quite right.
mean,
Now,
that's not.
and that's the game I actually wanted to talk about was that game, that semi-final against South Africa.
Oh, yeah.
Um, Finn Allen's innings. That
Yeah.
was one of the most
Unbelievable.
destructive
Yep.
innings
It
I've
was.
ever seen from a Black Caps batsman
Yeah.
in any form of the game.
Yeah.
And the last time I saw an innings like that was Nathan Astor's 220 something,
22.
222 at
Mm.
Lancaster Park back in 2002.
Oh, you're
All the
testing me. Yeah.
twos.
Yeah. Oh, the
Uh,
cheers.
all the twos. Richie Pino should have been commentating that one.
He should have.
Because that was just he plundered the England bowling
He
that day,
did.
didn't he?
He did. It's
And I
just the
remember
sound
him
off
and
the bat, hey? It was the sound off the
yeah,
bat. You were just like, Jesus. It just
Chris Cairns
out
was
of a
injured and
cannon.
couldn't run.
Couldn't run.
And he came out and batted at 11, and
He
they put
did.
on
Oh,
80
over
or
100.
90 or
Yeah,
it was
I
over
thought it was
100,
100.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it was.
And
We thought
Nathan
we were going to
scored about
chase it
80 of
down.
them.
We
Yeah,
thought we were going to chase it down. He was just launching, wasn't he? No, that was
yeah, well,
beautiful.
because we were in trouble early, weren't we?
We were.
We were
But
6 or 7
the
down, and
difference there is that's a test match. They can put everyone on the boundary, you know?
yeah,
So it's
well,
even
they tried.
they did. And balls were just flying over their heads.
Balls kept sailing over
They
their
did.
heads.
No, that was destructive. It reminded me a bit of Guptill's innings against the West Indies when he got 200 in
Yep,
that one dayer,
yep.
and a couple of Brendan McCullum innings where you just thought he's just seeing it like a beach ball, and you're just not going to get him out, and it's
Mm,
just like bang, bang, bang. He just didn't want to stop, you know.
yep,
But the T20 sort of takes it to another level almost, doesn't it? Because it's like if you don't get 1 6 and over, you've had a
yeah.
shit over. You know, it's like so.
There's all I can think of 2 or 3 Ross Taylor innings too that
True,
were like that.
true.
Back
When he
in
was
his
going to Cal
early
Corner.
career, yeah, early
Yeah,
career when we came back from the depths of nowhere to beat Australia.
absolutely.
And
Craig
also,
McMillan as well. Craig
yep,
McMillan at during that
in
series with Australia, that
Seddon Park,
when they got 350 and we chased it down.
yeah.
Yeah, that was a
And the
great.
other Taylor innings was the one in Dunedin against England where he suffered at the end of his innings with
Yes,
really bad cramp.
yes, yes. Not quite as bad as Mark Richardson that time in
Not
India,
quite as
but
bad as Mark Richardson.
well, he didn't make as much noise as Mark. Probably was as bad.
And it was basically for the second half of his innings, it was stand and deliver. And
It was. It
I mean,
was.
I think he had a couple of those balls into Port Chalmers, I think,
He did. He
from
did.
University Oval.
Yeah, we like the
Um,
big hitting, but it's big hitting, isn't it, mate?
it is, it is.
You you don't often win a test match based around big hitting.
Yeah,
Just they're usually destructive innings. They might set up a game, but you don't usually win a test that way, and that's what makes Test cricket the best form of cricket because
yeah,
it's the best. It's the most total test of a player's mettle as a cricketer because
yeah,
well, for one, with Test cricket, all the things, everything isn't in favour of the batsman. That's what
yep,
I love about Test cricket is that, especially for on the first day, it should be seaming all over the place, should be going everywhere. The
yep,
batters should be tested. That's what a Test match is about, and that's why we love Test cricket. We just don't get enough of it. And if there was I'll tell you what, when we played the Test final, I got up for 3 of those nights, and when we made the World Cup final against, oh God, the one we lost against England. I was up the whole bloody night for that one too. Um, yeah, so I get up for those games, even though they last a lot longer. It's
Yep.
more commitment, more commitment. You don't have to just get up at 3 and go back to bed at 6. I mean, you're up all night, aren't you? So,
Yeah.
show commitment to that sort of cricket, the real cricket.
Now, of course, as we know, Australia didn't qualify for the for the post group play.
No, no,
They were out in the
they were
group stages,
out on the
and
piss.
I don't know if you follow Travis Head
I
on
saw that.
Instagram.
I
He is
did.
he's posted some great posts
Yes.
since they got ousted from pool play
He's on the
um,
beers.
on the beers, enjoying golf.
Yeah. Early outs
Photo of
me.
him and his wife and kids.
Yeah.
Bit of family time during the summer, loving it.
He didn't give two stuffs really about the
Uh,
T20
but he
World Cup, did
always,
he?
I like the way he always started the comments on his things were out early, but hey, it means I can play golf, or out
Exactly.
early, but hey, I get to spend time with the family.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You can't cry about it, can you?
Classic,
Yeah.
absolutely classic.
Yeah.
So,
Beautiful.
yep. So, what have the Black Caps got? Oh, yes, there's a very important T20
There is
series
T20
starting this
series
weekend.
against.
South Africa D team.
Oh, okay. Can't wait for that.
It's not one of their players from their World Cup squads coming
So
to New
why are we
Zealand.
bothering? What's the point? What's the bothering? Should we
Yep.
go to the other bat and ball sports? What about baseball, mate? There's
We will. I'll just finish off by saying,
go on.
with congratulations to Heath Mills on
Oh,
a wonderful, wonderful career, forming and running the New Zealand Cricket Players Association since 2001. That's quite an innings, and he finishes in that role in June. And I've met Heath a number of times, and he's a lovely, lovely guy.
yeah,
Um, and so, congratulations, Heath, to everything you've done and will continue to do for the game of cricket. And yeah, will remains to be seen whether this NZ20 T20 competition
yeah.
eventuates. I know the players are behind it. Um,
What was Heath Mills' thoughts on that? What was
well,
his?
well, the Cricket Players
He's been pushing for it,
Associations,
hasn't
they support it
he? Yeah.
because the players support it. I mean,
He's a
there's about
great advocate, though, isn't he?
oh,
Always been a great advocate for
absolutely,
the players. He's always fought for them. He's got them better conditions. He's got them better money. He's got
yep,
them more say in what's going on.
yep.
And anyone that does that for any players in any sport has my, full
Yep.
congratulations. So yeah, he will be
The
missed. It'll be interesting to see who replaces him.
Well, it will, and that person is going to have a very difficult job because the landscape of cricket has changed so much, hasn't it?
Completely,
Just in the
completely.
last couple of years,
Yep.
with our best batsman only on a partial contract now. He's not on a
Yeah.
full contract with New Zealand cricket, as are a number of our best players like Finn Allen, Lockie Ferguson,
Yep.
Devon Conway. They're all on part contracts now, so they
Yeah.
can play.
Well,
And
it's a
it's
world
just
game
so
now,
much.
man. It's just a
It
world
backs up
game.
my thoughts and reasoning that they just need to get rid of international T20 cricket.
Oh, absolutely. But they're not going to because it's just
No,
too
I know
much
they're
money.
not going to.
It's just cricket is now more about individuals than it's ever
Mm,
been. It used to be about teams. It used to be but now it's about an individual. What do you offer? It's all about franchises going around the world,
yep.
especially with the T20, the stuff. The
And
proliferation of it is just everywhere.
this 5 game T20 series against South Africa,
Mm,
if they replace that with a 5 day test, I guarantee
mm.
they would make more money on it.
Of course they would. Where are the 5 games? Are they going around the
Oh,
country or?
all over the place, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Um,
Put it that wouldn't cost as much either because you could put it on in one venue,
yep.
have them there. If you had it at say the Basin Reserve, you know,
Well, between now and the end of March, which they normally
Hamilton.
have test matches now
We
at this
do,
time of the
we
season.
do, yeah.
Um,
And some of the best Test matches around this time
yeah,
of the season. Remember the England one just a
yep,
couple of years ago? That was just phenomenal tests. And
yeah,
then we were like, oh, 2 tests, great results, and both. Oh, okay, bye. Two
yeah,
tests. We should never have 2 tests. 3 tests minimum.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got Mount Maunganui, Hamilton, Auckland,
They go to the South Island?
Wellington,
No.
and Christchurch.
Oh, so they go down Christchurch for the last one.
Yeah, which by
Yeah,
then the series will be over.
people, I don't know. They've got a different sort of fan, that loves the T20. they do go along. People do go along. That's the
Yep.
thing. So maybe they will make more money doing it that way. I don't know. I just for the fans though. For the
Yeah.
fans, how about giving us something else? We've just been watching a diet of T20.
Yeah.
You
Exactly.
know.
Absolute rubbish.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Cricket's
if we were
hard.
in charge,
Cricket's
I
hard,
know.
man, because there's three forms of it. You know, what other sport
Yeah.
in the world has three forms? I mean, other than swimming or yeah, or fencing, where they've got the épée and the or weightlifting, where they've got the clean and jerk and But those are technical sports. This is a sport that's played with a bat and ball. You know, what other
Yeah.
sports with a bat and ball or with just a ball are played in three different varieties? I mean, I suppose rugby's got rugby and rugby sevens. But they have other things like flag football and American football, but they're completely, there's one sport is by far the pinnacle, and
Yeah.
Test cricket was always the pinnacle, and now it's just been moved aside because of the money, and it's like,
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
is that really what we want as sports
And I
fans?
guess 50 over one day, 50 over cricket is
Perhaps the
suffering because of it.
perhaps the poorest, perhaps the
Yeah.
poorest of the three. Yeah.
I mean,
No.
why don't we, if you want to play white ball cricket now,
Mm.
why not play a series of ODIs? I mean, the next World Cup's an
Absolutely.
ODI World Cup.
Absolutely. The T20 World Cup's over. We're on the
Yeah.
cycle to the next World. Oh, mind you, we're playing T20 World Cups every fucking year, aren't we?
Every two
It
years.
feels like it, And
Oh, I
until
know.
we win one, I won't remember anything.
No.
Who won the last World Cup? Well, I know India did now, but I mean, by the next T20 World Cup, will I still remember that India won it? Well, I probably will because we got beaten. But
Yeah.
that's my only investment in it is the New Zealand team. So
Mm.
yeah,
Yes, anyway, enough about that bat and ball sport. Moving
go
on to
on.
another bat and ball sport.
Yes.
I don't know about you, but I'm loving watching the World Baseball Classic.
What did
It's
you
the
make? I have a question for you about the Americans against the Italians the other
yeah,
day. They went out on the piss beforehand, apparently, the Americans. Then he picked
yep.
the shit side. Then they started to get beat, and he didn't change any of the players. I mean, terrible coaching, wasn't it?
Yeah, Mark DeRosa's not exactly the sharpest tool in the box.
No.
He should just stick to presenting on the baseball on MLB Network. Um, he thought going into that game that they'd already qualified,
Unbelievable.
which technically was correct because
Mm,
I'm presuming he thought that they would account for Italy fairly easily.
mm.
But
Didn't
then
happen.
suddenly they were 8-0 down
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
after 6 innings.
Yeah.
And he did actually bring a couple of the good players back. I mean, Aaron Judge has played every game,
Mm.
but in that game he didn't go so well. He's had quite a few home runs though already.
Yeah.
Um, and yes, they've gone through. If Mexico had won that game yesterday
Who were they
against
playing?
Italy, they played
Italy.
Italy yesterday.
Okay.
If Mexico had won that game, three sides would have all finished with 3 wins and 1 loss.
Wow.
And if Mexico had won that game and restricted Italy to 4 runs or less, the United States would have been out.
Wow. Out of their
Um,
own, yeah, from their own sport, mate. America's pastime can't even make the
yeah,
what? How do they lose to Italy? I mean, what the hell? I mean,
Italy
Italy,
played really well.
yeah,
They hit well, and
yep,
they didn't try and overcomplicate the game. The America had a pitcher, Nolan McLean, who did go well for the Mets last year, but it was his first year in the big leagues last year,
mm,
and I think he
a little bit
suffered a bit
overwhelmed.
because of the bit overwhelmed. Yeah,
Yeah,
packed house at Dyken Park, which it
yep,
now is,
yep.
home of the cheating Houston Astros. Yes, I'm never going to let them down. Um,
It's for you, Martin.
but yes, so America did make it through because Italy absolutely cleaned up the Mexicans.
Mm,
Um, although I did see something funny on Facebook where a baseball fan who said he was trying to explain the World Baseball Classic to his mother,
yeah.
and he said the um, American Italians were playing the American Mexicans, and depending on the result, the American Americans might have missed out.
It's a little bit like a rugby league World Cup, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Hey,
But hey, it's countries playing against countries,
yeah,
which
yeah.
has been the biggest thing for baseball. Non-baseball fans say, "Oh, call it a World Series, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
one team from Canada and the rest are all from America."
yeah,
Well, they do actually. This is their proper World Cup,
yeah,
which
yeah,
I absolutely love. And
yeah.
on
How do
two
you watch it,
occasions,
Mecca? How do you watch it? What
it's on
streaming platform?
ESPN.
Oh, ESPN. Okay.
Yep, all through ESPN on Disney Channel.
Yep. Yep.
Um,
Fantastic.
so yeah, and today is USA versus Canada in
Oh,
the quarterfinals.
oh.
Um, so yeah, USA versus Canada.
USA versus
Uh,
their 51st state. Yep.
yeah, yeah,
And
and also today is the other quarterfinal, Korea, who made it through from Australia's group.
yeah.
And say Australia actually did really well. They beat Chinese Taipei, and um, they also beat Czech Republic,
Okay.
and were 2-0.
Yeah.
And I think they thought they might have been through after that, but Korea conceded less runs, which is
Uh,
the tiebreaker,
dang.
than Australia. So Korea got through. They're playing the might of the Dominican Republic,
Wow.
which is a pretty incredible team. They've got
Yeah, I'll
a
bet.
lot of a lot of MLB stars in that. It's
Yeah.
almost a complete MLB lineup.
Yeah, it's a national sport, isn't it?
Tomorrow you've got Puerto Rico versus Italy and Venezuela versus Japan. So my
Wow.
pick, my
Great
picks
games.
are USA
And are these one-off games, mate? They're not series. They're
one-off games. Yep,
one-off games. Yep. Sorry.
yep. So the quarterfinals today, I think probably Dominican Republic will be too strong for Korea.
Hmm.
USA, I'm pretty sure will be too strong for Canada.
Yeah.
Puerto Rico, they'll easily account for Italy, I would think.
Yeah.
Um,
And then the
and
last game's
Venezuela, I think
interesting.
Venezuela will struggle against Japan.
Yeah. There's some
Shohei
good
Otani is the
Venezuelans,
favorite.
though, aren't there?
Yeah, oh, yeah, absolutely, absolutely, there are.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, there are a couple of big sides that
So who's going to be in the
didn't.
final then? Who's going to be in the final? Who's going to
I
win
think
it?
it's going to be
Call it now.
USA, Dominican Republic.
Ooh, okay.
No,
So
because that'll be a
you reckon?
semi-final.
You reckon Dominic? So you
No, it'll
reckon
be. I think it'll be USA,
Japan?
Japan,
Japan
which is a repeat of
of
the
the
final 4 years
historical.
ago
Yeah. Yeah.
when Otani struck out Mike
That's
Trout
right. That
to
on the last inning. Yeah. That
last
was
inning to win the
the two
game.
when they were both Angels. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's right. That's
yes,
right.
they were both teammates at that
Oh,
stage. But yeah, I've watched some really good games of baseball.
that's awesome.
Um, and of course, spring training's going on at the moment.
Yep.
Um, Yankees have had a good spring so far and unearthed a couple of young talents. Carlos Lagrange,
Nice name.
um,
Sounds like a
yeah,
baseballer.
he's every fastball he threw yesterday in 3 innings
Yeah.
was over 100 mile an hour.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Going to be having the Tommy Johns.
probably.
That's crazy.
Yep.
So yeah, this is just preseason though. You don't have to worry about the spring training. It's like
No,
doesn't matter until you get to the real stuff, right?
doesn't matter.
And when
And the
does the real
big
stuff start?
2 weeks time we
Okay.
are underway, and the Yankees play the Giants on opening day,
Yep.
in Francisco, and that's going to be on Netflix
Oh,
apparently.
wow.
Yeah. So if you
Is that
don't
the
have
only
MLB
game on
TV,
Netflix, or have they got other games throughout the season, or is it
they will have other games throughout the season. Amazon
nice?
Prime has a number of
Yeah, they
games.
do.
They have at least one game every week on Amazon. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting season, I think. The Yankees are pretty much running it back. We'll get Jeremy Elwood on
Yeah, we'll have
the next
another
podcast
preview.
to do a bit of a preview.
Yeah.
He does a lot more studying than I do. um, I rely a lot on the information off the top of my head, but Jeremy,
Yeah. Yeah.
very
Well,
studious.
we need someone like that because yeah, you and I are just homework. Whew.
Yeah,
Uh, um, I think I saw him the other day in Highbury. I think thought I might have passed him on the other side. I said, pretty yeah. One of our more famous guests, Jeremy
yes,
Elwood,
yes, quite right.
very funny man, very knowledgeable about the old baseball. Anything else happening in the world of baseball, Mecca?
I think that pretty much covers it. I'm looking forward to watching these quarterfinals, semi-finals, and
Yeah,
the final coming up over the next week or so, and
nice.
then those players will go back to their clubs and carry on spring training.
Yep.
Um, Actually, before we do go, Giancarlo Stanton, who is
Yep.
getting on in years now. He's 36, 37, has smashed 5 home runs in 3 games over spring training so far.
He
So
can
he is,
he can still smash it, can't he?
it's like, can we start the season now?
He's just got to stay fit, though, doesn't
He
he?
does.
He's got to
He
stay
does.
fit. Is
He
he just
has
a
chronic,
he's
he
just
has
a DH
chronic
now, isn't
elbow
he?
issues.
DH now? He's just a DH now,
He's
isn't he?
yeah,
Yeah.
just a
Yeah.
DH. He
Yeah.
In the last couple of seasons he has filled in the outfield and done okay.
Yeah.
Um,
But he's
but he
not
has
really what you
chronic,
want out there
yeah,
in a tight game, is he?
no, he has chronic elbow issues,
Yeah.
which sort of slow him down a bit.
Yeah. But
But the way he swings a bat, it
oh, yeah, he's
doesn't
got
really
that
matter.
lovely high sort of, doesn't he?
Yeah,
That real high sort of
and he just
kick
comes
lift.
straight through the strike zone.
Yeah. Gorgeous.
Mm.
All right.
Yep.
What else we
So
got to
that's
talk
about
about?
it.
Oh, one more thing before we leave
Yep.
you. There was a historical game of basketball just the other day, and you wouldn't believe it. It was between the Heat and the Wizards. And you're like, what the hell? A regular season game between the Heat and the Wizards. How could this be an historic basketball game? Well, a guy called Bam Adebayo. Have you heard of this guy, Macca? He
Oh, I
scored
haven't.
he scored 83 points in one game
Oh,
of
I did
basketball.
see
It's the
that. Yes.
second most points ever scored in a game of NBA basketball. But he got ahead of Kobe Bryant, who got 81 a few years back. And of course, Wilt Chamberlain still with that 100-point game. But Bam Adebayo could not miss all bloody game, mate. 83 points in one game. His teammates were just giving him the ball in the second half. They were like, and he stayed on the court just about the whole last two periods just to get there. It was an amazing performance. Go and check out the highlights on YouTube. They've got 15, 20-minute highlight. You're just like, wow, what a performance. This guy was a defensive player, bought as a defensive player. Now he can shoot occasionally. He had that game. It's just a game from the gods, where you just can't
Yep.
miss. No, really, apparently a top-notch guy as well. Everyone loves him. Really great to see. He said basically, it's now Wilt, me, and Kobe. He said, I can't believe that. It's fucking incredible. 83 points. One guy in
83
a game of
points.
basketball.
Yep.
Unbelievable, mate.
You've
Unbelievable.
reminded me of another performance over the last week. Brett Randall,
Oh,
Central
yes.
District Stags bowler,
Yes.
5 wickets and 5 balls.
Unbelievable. Two overs. The
Yes,
First
he took
first wicket was.
last ball of one over,
Yep.
and then the first 4 balls of his next over.
Phenomenal.
A
Did you
triple
see
hat
the
trick.
Did you see the hat trick ball though? I haven't seen. I've only seen the footage of it. Moved a mile. There's questions about whether that batsman hit that ball. Do you
Yeah,
think? I thought he missed it by a good couple of inches, and the guy just fired him. I'm like, Dickie Bird was at the other end. He's like, no, it's a hat trick. But then to get two more after that, mate.
yeah.
Phenomenal performance. Phenomenal performance. So yeah,
Well, the
two
first
record
one he
breaking.
got too swung in a mile
Oh,
because the batsman left it.
mate, he's got a good action. He's pretty quick. Get some of those guys in our team. I mean,
Well,
we've
there's
got some
another
good
young
talent.
fella coming up through the grades who got 6 wickets the other day.
There is.
Surname O'Connor.
Yes.
Don't know if you remember Shane O'Connor.
Shane O'Connor, of course. He was a left
His
armer.
son
Very good.
Thomas.
Is it his son?
It's his
Ah,
son
is he
Thomas,
a left armer?
also a left arm quick
He is a
bowler.
left armer. Fantastic. We need another good
Mm,
quick left armer. Oh, that's Shane O'Connor was a
yes,
bloody handy bowler, mate.
he
Once
was.
again, injuries and stuff did it for him, but no,
Mm.
really handy bowler. Oh, that's awesome. So there you go.
So
Some little tidbits at the end there for you. A couple of record breaking performances in other sports. Love that.
quite right, quite right. Okay, well that's about it for this week. We'll hopefully do another one quicker than we
Uh,
did this
baseball
one.
baseball season. A couple
But
of
yeah,
weeks.
we'll get Jeremy in for a baseball preview.
Yeah.
Season starts in a couple of weeks, so that seems like a pretty good time to do it. And yeah, we'll see what happens in between now and then.
Beautiful.
So
Look forward to it.
that's a goodbye from me.
And we're just two old Kiwi guys talking about sport. That's all we are.